Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and on this channel you'll find disability resources as well as military spouse resources, both for the able-bodied community and the disability community. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the importance of paying attention to and taking care of your mental health and exercising self-care in everyday activities, as well as when your spouse is deployed or in the field or just otherwise not with you. So recently, my husband was away for a week in the field. A week isn't long in terms of military life. Deployments can be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, sometimes up to 2 years. And that's a lot longer to be able to, need to take care of your mental health. Not entirely on your own, but, to be responsible for it without the help of your spouse. So I have found, that these short trainings that my husband has had to go on have been really helpful for me in terms of preparing for the day when he is deployed for an extended period of time. Because I do have cerebral palsy, I do have anxiety and depression, and I also have a toddler. Now, that's not to say that my toddler is to be equated with physical or mental illness. Not at all. Simply that my toddler is my sole responsibility while my husband is away. So what I realized in the week that my husband was gone was that I needed to be able to take care of my son and take care of myself. And, for a lot of people, that might be easy. That might be second nature. But for me, it's definitely challenging. So what I needed to do was do everything I could to make things easier for myself. In terms of my mental health, I made sure that I took my medicine every day, which, everybody who takes it knows they need to do that. And disclaimer, just because I take medicine doesn't mean that you need to take medicine. Anyway, moving on. Taking medicine every day, if you take it. Making sure that you're hydrating. That was really important for me. I ended up using my Fitbit app to track my water intake because I knew I needed to do that to keep my energy up. And then I also found it really helpful for my mental health to take my son outside every day, whether it meant going for a walk or even just going into the backyard and playing with sidewalk chalk. I know that he needs sunshine, and I need to hear his laughter. It's just something that really helps both of us. And then the next things are a combination, I guess, of mental health things and self-care things. It's just really about keeping things easy for myself. So these are my tips. I create a list of my priorities, a list each for things that need to be done daily, weekly, and monthly, and then I put those in order of priority, even further down. So for me, that means dishes and laundry every day. And then I add on at least one other chore. Some days that means the floors, some days that means changing the sheets on the bed. It just depends. And then I give myself a little grace. If a chore doesn't get done, okay, breathe. It can happen tomorrow, usually. And then the next thing I do to make things a little easier for myself is I outsource as much as possible. So because we live in a freezing cold climate 6 months out of the year, I find a high schooler who's willing to shovel my driveway a couple times a week. In the spring and summer, I find someone who's willing to take care of the backyard. I use services like Amazon Prime and Instacart to take care of a lot of my grocery shopping and other shopping that I need to do. And those are my biggest things. And then in terms of truly taking care of myself, I come up with the things that are truly self-care. And what I mean by that is I find the things that will help me unwind, help me breathe, help me to remember that I am, yes, a mom and a wife, but I'm also Amanda. And sometimes Amanda, the person, needs things that are different than Amanda the mom or Amanda the wife. So right now, my biggest self-care things are reading a book. Now, if you know me in real life, you know I love to read. And it gives me time to wind down. It gives me time to exercise my imagination. And it helps me relax, and it helps me remember that I am me. Now for you, it might be different. It might be a bubble bath. It might be taking a walk. It might be doing your nails. It might be exercising, whether it's running or weight training or something else entirely. But find the thing that helps you center yourself, the thing that helps you remember that you are important, you are loved, and you need as much care as everyone else does. You need as much care as you give other people. Self-care is important for everyone. It just is. And when you're a military spouse, it's essential because you're doing life by the seat of your pants. You might be doing a lot of it solo, at least, in person. Your partner is always supportive, but may not always be there by your side in person. And when you're on your own, it's important to be able to take care of yourself in whatever ways you can. And sometimes that simply might mean not taking care of yourself by yourself. Sometimes that simply means asking for help. And trust me, I'm both a disabled woman and a military spouse. And the stereotype for both is the desire, the ache to be independent all the time. Stubbornness out the wazoo. Yeah, me to a T. But we have to let that go. We need to be able to ask for help. We need to be able to reach out to other people when we need help with anything, whether it's something simple like, okay, funny story. My first year here, I was cooking bacon. in the oven, and my fire alarm went off. Smoke alarm went off. And crazy, prideful me didn't want to ask for help, even though I know I shouldn't be climbing up on step stools and stuff because I fall whenever I do. I tried to do it myself. I couldn't get it to turn off. So after like 20 minutes of listening to this thing blare on and blare on, I finally walked next door to my neighbor, and I was like, ugh, this is ridiculous. Can you help me get this thing to turn off, please? And she did. She came over, got the thing to stop making that obnoxious noise when it didn't need to be in the first place, and she reminded me that asking for help is a-okay. And then a few months later, when I was pregnant with Ricky and in the hospital a lot, she and her husband took our packages in when people were sending us baby gifts, and it was incredibly helpful. And had I not gone next door months previously and asked her for her help, I don't know if she would have. Maybe she would. But I don't know. And I'm glad I didn't take that chance. Moral to the story, guys. Ask for help when you need it. Ask for help when you don't think you need it, but an extra set of hands or feet or whatever could be of some value, okay? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, turn on your notifications, comment below, and let me know how you like to exercise self-care. What's your favorite method? And yeah, give me some pointers. Tell me some new things I should try. And if you have other questions about mental health and self-care, military life, disability life, let me know. Comment below, and I'll see what I can do about answering those questions for you. Thanks so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.